Coach, maybe a frustrating one, maybe generating tonight. You see you guys defended a little better. What are some of the positives you can take away from tonight?
Yeah, I mean, there's some things we did well, and it's a tough game out there. You got to fight for ice, and it's a good team. They defend really hard. Obviously, got us in a back-to-back as well. So, I thought our guys grinded. We did some good things, and I thought we got better in a sense as the game went on. A little slow in the start of the third, but did some good things. Probably could have got 2 points.
When you look at the overtime, you've had Sam Dickinson out there. What do you guys want to maybe see some more attention to detail needed in overtime, or is it just kind of losing guys in overtime? What
No, yeah, attention to detail, and it's not just on Dickey there. It's our forwards got to skate and get above and skate forward instead of skating backwards. So, learning moment.
So, Coach, similar situation as yesterday, where you guys had to get the equalizer, go into overtime, but this time you guys are in the power play at the end of the third period and partially in overtime. So, what was different today?
Yeah, we didn't score on the power play.
Seemed like a chippy game, maybe a couple of liberties on 71 there. How did you see? Just a little frustrating, maybe.
I mean, if we're going to play in the playoffs, that's what it's going to be like. So we got to get comfortable. We got to get comfortable being a little uncomfortable at times. So, that's what the game is. That's how the game's played. We got to protect each other. I thought we did a pretty good job of that. They're going to try to do that. He's one of the best players in the world.
So I think just I think it was Barzal on celebrating. Everyone had hit high hit there. Was that something you saw?
Yeah, we got to look at it again. It just looks like it. They kind of run into each other in a sense. I don't know how deliberate it is.
What do you think of Sherwood going over at the time to go after Barzal?
Yeah, he's going to stick up for teammates. He's going to ride that emotional line, quite a bit. And I don't know how that is. We come up shorthanded, but we get a power play as well, so it evens itself out.
Can you speak to Will Smith's game tonight? I know the last one was a tough one.
Yeah, I thought he was good tonight.
Precise.
Yeah, I thought he was good. I thought he was doing a lot of good things. Going to build off that now.
3-1-2 on this homestand. How would you rate, obviously, this homestand out of the break going into this road trip?
Yeah, I thought, we did some good things. We got points in games. This time of year, we talked about it. You need to get points, find ways to get points. You hope that you don't look back here in the middle of April when the season's coming to an end, and you wish you got these two. So frustrating that we don't get 2 points in both these games. But we're going to take them. We've got to move on. We've got a big road trip here coming.
Kasparov, maybe the first goal he probably wanted back, but seemed to be real settled in.
Yeah, he was good. Made some big saves. Thought he looked really, especially in the third, he looked really focused and locked in. Made some big saves. I didn't like our first 10 minutes of that third period. He was rock solid.
We've talked about this before, but so many young guys on this team are getting this experience, right?
Yeah.
Being in every game where every point matters, kind of thing. What do you want these guys to sort of take away from this and sort of learn from it?
Yeah.
Go forward.
Well, enjoy it and have fun. I know this is a business and I get it, but we're playing a game that we all love, that we're in a position that probably no one in the world thought we would be in. That is a fact. And we're going to enjoy it. We're going to learn from it. We're going to keep working, keep getting better individually and collectively. This is great experiences, and sometimes you get a lot of experiences through failure, and you got to learn through those experiences. By no means are we down and out here. We got to move forward. We got a point. We got a big game against Buffalo on Tuesday, but let's enjoy it. Let's go on the road as a group. It's us really against the world. It's just the guys in that dressing room that ultimately, at the end of the day, truly care. And a lot of people, family, friends, they watch the game, but it doesn't affect their lives as much as it affects ours. And they support us, and that's great. But it's going to be the guys in the room, the coaching staff, the trainers, equipment guys that are all in this together that are going to go through this and enjoy this, ride we're going to go on here and continue to push for the playoffs, really.
Is that where veterans kind of come in there, where veterans have been through it, so they can maybe have a little more fun and not really stick so tight?
Yeah, they'll help these guys. It's something we talked about this morning. These guys that have played in the playoffs. One, it's hard. Two, it's a lot of fun, and it's a great experience. So, again, we got a long way to go. We're going to keep taking it one day at a time and get, again, like I said, get better at what we've been doing in training camp. Get better and learn lessons as we go.
I was going to say, much like that first road trip where you guys kind of really galvanized each other, could that happen again here, almost like it's a second first road trip, really come together as this stretch of the season from this road?
I hope so. I know it's fun when you get on the road with the guys and the guys have dinners and they have a lot of bonding. There's no distractions, and so we'll get on the road. We've been home for a while. I think everyone's needs a little break from their wives and kids.
Do you know which extra defenseman you're bringing on this trip yet?
No, I don't know yet.
Did you like Ryan Reeves' game tonight?
Yeah, Revo, it's hard, right? He hasn't played a lot of hockey, so you can't really judge him on, the few shifts that he got. So we got to get him going. That line was one of our most consistent lines here for 61 games. So, we got to get him going.
And with a couple of days between the next game, do you see him staying in that fourth line?
Yeah, we'll talk about it. We'll discuss it. There'll be some matchups that we'll have to look at as we go through opponents.
So
What do you thought of Misa tonight?
I thought Misa
he
was
took
good.
a couple of big hits there on the board, and
Yeah, that's
got up.
one part of the game that we got to work on with Dickinson as well is they take some big hits, and I want these guys to have long NHL careers, and taking big hits does not set you up for long NHL careers.
I want to ask about one play that Will Smith made. I know it's just one play, not many in the game, but that kind of pass he made to Colin Grab in the second period, that's how difficult a pass is that to make.
That's what he does. He can make those plays. That's why he's so elite and so skilled. Sees the ice extremely well, and he can make those plays. And he hits Wenny there on the power play with 30 seconds left and hits him right in the tape. And I think it should surprise Wenny. So that's what he does, and he's going to continue to improve. Thanks, guys.
So,